All right, hey everybody, Shane here, daily-astrocat.com. And today is Friday, so normally we make a big deal about Friday, and Friday's astrology, right? You're here for astrology? Well, this is the place to be, right? Now, today, at 10:48 in the evening, will be the occurrence of the summer solstice. That is when the sun enters the sign of Cancer. And with that being said, we've got some candles lit over here to honor the moon. They're white candles. There's a couple of them over there. And we are here to bring you our little presentation for Friday. All right, I'm also going to come on with a specific solstice forecast that's going to take us right up until Midsummer's, which is on the 24th, and Midsummer's Eve, which is on the day before, right, the 23rd. And that's going to lead us right into that new moon. But let's talk about today, because today, Friday, we have our moon void of course in Aries. It'll be void of course in Aries at 9:49 p.m. So just before that solstice, we're going to enter the solstice with the moon in Taurus. The moon will enter Taurus at 9:53 in the morning. It's a nice earthy sign, right? That's a nice earthy place to be. What have we been doing? How have we been doing this, right? Look, dreams are going to come to the forefront. Yes, the moon, right? The moon is emotions, is subconscious, is dreams. It's a divine inner female. We've got all sorts of stuff for the moon, right? It's our tribe. It's our vibe. It's our emotions, feelings. Now, our well-considered and heartfelt statements can certainly be a great place to begin, right? Use some consideration. Don't be so hasty. Make sure you're feeling what it is that you're doing, because emotions cut both ways, right? You got the person speaking and you got the listener. We have to be careful that we're making sure that we're connecting on a level that befits the season, right? We're committing. We're connecting at that emotional level for the most part of the things that we're doing. The sentiments will be what's behind it, and what's driving it is going to be more important than the actual words or what it is you're trying to accomplish. Folks will be able to read into intentions a bit more. We all share this, right? It's not necessarily, you don't have to be a Cancer to do this. Now, if you're Cancer, this is going to be really intense for you, because this is what is known as your solar return, right? And Gemini, we have, we'll be passing through those critical points, right? So, in leading up to the solstice, we're actually going to have let's think about this. We're going to have Uranus is going to be square Mars, right? So this is an interesting point. A lot of conflict in the world, right? Surprising conflict, though, right? Probably more about money than what you would wish. There's some well-considered thought that's going into it. However, it will have surprising outcomes, and it will not be what you expect. So you have to make sure to use your voice to try to not be doing these things, right? Because on the other hand, we have Uranus in a trine with Pluto. Now, Pluto is in Aquarius. Now, what we'll be looking for, we're looking for something that's going to benefit society as a whole, as opposed to just a few, right? Starting to dissolve these structures, starting to take them down, starting to build things back up, right? Now, let's think about this. Where is the focus for a Cancer season? Where's the focus been? Where have you been focusing? You should be focusing on hearth and home. Carrie had bought some stuff for upstairs to arrange some, different little smells and scents and everything like that on. The bureau was getting to be a mess, and I had a huge mess down here beside me that had all sorts of perfume samplers and cologne samplers and stuff like that. A lot of interesting scents, because she has a subscription for a trial for some of them, and the ones that smell more masculine, they end up on my stuff, right? And then she'll keep them the ones that are meant for that are more feminine, that are more to her liking, right? Anything that's woody or watery or ozony, that usually comes my way. So do the vetivers. There's a little bit of earth in there too, right? But the woods and the vetivers, yeah, they stay with me. interesting point, right? Now, I digress. Now, let's talk about this. Hearth and home. So what we did when we set this up is that she bought it for me, and she's like, oh, you can put all your stuff on here. Started doing it, and I was like, you know what? We can share this. And we split it right down the middle, 50-50. And then half of it's got my stuff on it, half of it's got her stuff on it. That was a very beautiful thing. It was something that came intuitively, and it made it look really attractive, too, because it's a nice dark wood, stepped-up thing with these... very, very nice bottles on it. So it made sense, hearth and home, right? Making it better for us to be able to find things that we need to get ready in the morning, right? When we go upstairs and get ourselves in, get everything done, right? Our toilette, right? So the color is lush grass. And the key word, like I said, is hearth and home. The morning is a flurry of pointless activity. Oh, my goodness, what's going to happen? Absolutely pointless for us who are working on higher timelines. It really is. It's like, you can get this stuff done. There's an energy in the air. There's some energy that's going to be like, got to do this, got to do this, got to do this. In the long run, what really matters is what you're doing, that higher timeline that you have inside is, right? We've been talking about that. This has been a consistent theme for the week, for this week, and certainly for last week. And pretty much the theme of AstroCat is that creativity, your inner creativity and your side hustles. Our process is recognized for a brief moment. So, there's folks that appreciate what you're doing. They appreciate how you're working, how you're doing your things, right? Now, do you appreciate your process? Hopefully you do. Especially a creative process. If you're outside of traditional work area, the working environment, or if you got something going on, if you have there's some creative side hustle that we like to call it, that's happening for you, that's where it's at, right? Our process, yes, we did that. The outside world, outside of that world. The world of the workplace, the world of the grind, there's a richer expression of who we are and what we believe in, right? This is how we do it. This is how we express that. There are many positive challenges that will need to be addressed next week. And, it's going to need to be addressed. And next week is going to be perfect for that. So we've got some stuff coming up. We've got a new moon in Cancer. That's going to activate a lot of stuff. That's going to make this really feel like the Cancer season. We're starting it right now, right? But once that moon enters it next Wednesday, we're really going to be feeling it. Now, you should be feeling it already. You should be emotional. You should be having some intuitive flashes. You should be just crazy synchronicities, right? There's been a lot of them. Just make sure that you know what's going on. You can be easily distracted by, say, like chipmunks, right? I left work today. There's a chipmunk in front of me, very, very close to me. I was like, wow, it's 90 degrees out. Why is there a chipmunk in front of me? And then another chipmunk appeared. And they kind of raced in front of me, and then they raced back towards me and it looked like they were going to run up my leg. When I turned to look and see what they were, I didn't even see 3 large turkeys that were right beside me when I left the building because I was looking at the chipmunks. There's a metaphor there. I'm not quite sure what it is, but there's something there. Something's there. So just make sure, I offer you that story just so you can think about it, okay? Is it the turkeys? Or is it what I did with the turkeys is I actually called a person in the office that feeds them peanuts and told her that turkeys were out there. And she was like, oh, I'll be right out to take care of them. Anyway, an active and productive morning. That's right. We're going to wash over this day like waves on a beach, right? And we're just going to go. Accept things for what they are, okay? Don't fight it. Don't. Just do what you got to do. Get through the day. We got to get home. We got to take care of it, right? There's an active and jubilant energy about the summer's almost here. Things are starting to heat up. And this is where we're going to be. We're going to want to be, right? And hey, it might be a good night for some firelight. You don't know, right? It should be a little bit cooler out. Pizza on a grill? Yeah, that's possible. You can do that, absolutely. In 1908, the Canadian author Lucy Maud Montgomery receives her first copy of her novel, Anne of Green Gables, published in April in 1908. Became a bestseller, right? And our birthday is Masayuko Umemura. Eumura. He's a Japanese engineer for Nintendo, and he was born in Tokyo, and he died in 2021. So he brought you all that nice stuff from Nintendo, right? That's all we have for you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for coming by. Our color today is lush grass, and the key word is hearth and home. Make the most of it, right? That's what the Cancer season's about. You know, all that other stuff that I said with the work day and stuff like that, easy. But you know where the focus is going to be at, right? It's going to be that firelight at home, and just let's do it. Let's just celebrate this season. Thank you so much. Happy solstice, right? Yep, happy summer. Today is a 6. Happy astrocatting.